You know, we see it all the time. Big organizations, universities, you name it. They're all talking about how they're going green. But let's be real. Behind the shiny photos and the Earth Day events, there's a massive challenge. How do you actually prove it? How do you show that all your efforts are more than just, good intentions? Well, today we are diving into a blueprint designed to do exactly that.
So, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do you go from just saying you're sustainable to having the hard, verifiable proof to back it up? And this isn't just about PR. For a lot of these institutions, their entire official accreditation is literally on the line.
Okay, this slide just nails the problem perfectly. Over on the left, you've got good intentions. You know the stuff. The tree planting photo ops, the posters in the hallway, those one-off events. They look great, but they're not data. Then on the right, you have the hard evidence. We're talking kilowatts saved, liters of water recycled, the kind of stuff that official auditors demand. And that huge gap in the middle, that's what we need to bridge. All right, let's really dig into the core of this issue, what we're calling the campus sustainability problem. Why is it that so many well-meaning green plans just kind of fall apart when it's time for the actual audit? So here's the absolute key. Most campuses are what you'd call event-driven. They'll have a big Earth Day festival, maybe a recycling drive in the fall, and those things are good, but they're all disconnected flashes in the pan. They don't tell a story. What auditors and accreditors really want to see is a system-driven approach, where every single action is part of one big, integrated, and measurable process that's happening all the time.
So how in the world do you make that jump from a bunch of scattered events to one powerful, cohesive system? Well, this is where the ECOPOLY blueprint comes in.
Honestly, the best way to wrap your head around ECOPOLY is to think of it like a fitness tracker for the campus. It's a great analogy, right? Just like your Fitbit logs every single step to give you a big picture view of your health, ECOPOLY logs thousands of tiny, individual actions, like someone turning off a light or properly segregating their waste, and it bundles all of that up into massive, reportable data for the whole institution. So how does it actually work? Well, it all kicks off with Pillar 1, building culture. And this is so important. This isn't about fancy new technology, it's all about people. This journey right here is how you do it. It all starts with step 1, carbon literacy, basically teaching everyone on campus about their actual environmental impact. Once people know better, they can move to step 2, daily actions, which turns sustainability into a simple, everyday habit. And from there, you get to the final, most powerful step, creating a real sense of shared responsibility, where everybody, and I mean everybody, feels like they have a personal stake in this mission. And when we say everyone, we really truly mean everyone. This isn't some little student club project or a top-down mandate from the administration. The whole system is designed to rope in students, faculty, all the staff. It even loops in how the campus buildings and grounds are managed. It creates this one unified front, and that's exactly what makes the culture so incredibly strong. Okay, so a strong culture is an amazing start, but remember our main problem. You need the receipts, you need the proof. And that brings us to Pillar 2, proving impact. This is where the data really takes center stage. And the engine that powers all this proof? It's something called the digital carbon diary. You can think of this as the secret sauce. It's the mechanism that turns all those good behaviors and positive cultural shifts into the cold, hard data that auditors have to see and check out what it's tracking. We're not talking about vague ideas or fuzzy feelings here. We're talking about concrete, tangible metrics, kilowatt hours of energy saved, actual liters of water being recycled, kilograms of waste that didn't go to a landfill, and even tracking the increase in green cover on campus, down to the square meter. This is the language of proof. And that proof, it's absolutely non-negotiable. For institutions, say in India, you have the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, or NAAC. And let me tell you, they don't just ask if you have green initiatives, they demand documented, evidence-based reports. The stakes here are incredibly high. So this is exactly what the system is built to do. It automatically spits out what's called admissible evidence. We're talking about everything from verified audit reports and utility bills to geotagged photos that prove an action actually took place at a specific time and location. The whole point is to dramatically reduce what the source material calls NAAC cycle stress, making audits a smooth, organized process instead of a chaotic last-minute scramble for documents.
So you've built the culture, you've proven the impact with data. What's the end game? Well, the result is something so much bigger than just passing an audit. It's about forging a genuinely responsible campus.
And this is where things get really cool. For the students, a system like this sparks a real sense of purpose. Suddenly, sustainability isn't just some abstract idea from a textbook. It's hands-on experience. They're not just sitting in a lecture hall. They're gaining real-world leadership skills, which gives them a huge edge. And this has such a positive effect on their own well-being.
And that sense of purpose, it doesn't just stop at the campus gates. The whole system empowers students to lead projects that build deep connections with the surrounding community. We're talking about things like local tree planting drives or running climate awareness workshops for nearby schools. The campus's positive impact just ripples outward.
And this might be the most important part. The entire system is built on a foundation of dignity. It's designed to actively involve and respect the role of every single person, from the top administration all the way to the vital housekeeping and support staff. This creates a true culture of shared ownership, where everyone feels valued and knows they're a critical part of the mission.
And that brings us right back to where we started. When you put a framework like this into place, the entire perception of the institution shifts. It's no longer just seen as a place that holds a few green events here and there. No, it's recognized as a system-driven institution where sustainability is woven right into its DNA. So that really just leaves us with one last question to think about. I want you to take a look at your own organization, your school, your workplace, whatever it is. Is its approach to achieving big goals built on scattered, one-off events, or is it built on a cohesive, measurable, and inclusive system? Because the answer to that question, well, it could change everything.